You're listening to Jenny's Real Talk on the Block with Jennifer DeVoe, only on LA Talk Radio.
Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.
You're listening to Jenny's Real Talk on the Block with Jennifer DeVoe, only on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome, and holy fucking shit to Jenny's Real Talk on the Blog on LA Talk Radio, Channel 1 and iHeartRadio. We're here yet again for another thrilling, exciting installment of, you guessed it, my fucking show. It's on Wednesdays, live every Wednesday, 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, only on LA Talk Radio, Channel 1, for all our Hispanic and Hispanic brethren and sistren out there in the world. That's numero uno to you. Yes. And we're here for another wonderful Wednesday in in Sherman Oaks, California. Jesus Christ, we already got a bunch of calls. Hold on one second. Jeez, I just got in the studio. Hello, you're on the air with Jenny. Is this Chris Rotundo?
It is.
Hello, Chris. How's it going? This is our first guest, just letting you know. This is Chris Rotonda calling in from Florida.
What's up, Chris?
He is calling in about, he's like an animal rights activist.
Oh, right on, brother.
He's trying to help raise money and awareness for animal shelters.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
Oh, very
That's really
cool.
good. Yeah.
And,
We like the animals.
yeah, and trying to get them some supplies, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Whatever we can do to help.
So, how long have you been doing this cause, Chris?
I started joining Toy Charities about in October after my dog died of cancer, and I been feeding and funding shelters all across the United States from Florida all the way to Arkansas since then, and I've been caught up on the news a few times now for a lot of the large runs that I've done with Purina and a lot of the large fundraisers I've done for animal shelters in Florida. So it's been only about 5 or 6 months at the most, I think now, but it's been extremely aggressive and definitely full time.
I know I saw you've done some really crazy stunts to raise money. He's like pulled a tire. What was that? Is that the last one you did? You pulled the tire?
Yeah, I was in Central Park, New York, and I pulled the tire 100 miles over 10 days.
Jeez.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Right on.
it did a phenomenal job raising money. And also, as soon as I got back from New York to Florida, the next day, actually, the New York Yankees called me. And they're honoring me at their game in September against the Angels. They were like, the NYPD. A lot of the NYPD was in New York when I was doing it, because I was doing Central Park and Times Square, and I was just literally dragging it for 12 to 15 hours a day. And, people were, we were raising money through GoFundMe, and it was very successful.
That's great though that you're bringing awareness to this, and you're helping to, get supplies for these shelters, and I think that's a great thing that you're doing. Now I know you have another stunt coming up soon. What are you going to be doing with this one?
Saturday, actually, I'm being surrendered into an animal shelter. One of the things I've always wanted to bring attention to was the life of a pet inside a shelter. A lot of the people that I know won't go to a shelter or adopt from a shelter or even volunteer there because, it's like they think it's a scary place, emotional. They think the dogs it's a dirty place and stuff like that. So I said, let's do 72 hours in a cage. And let's give the world a real world perspective of somebody, like an animal in a cage, basically. So I'm going to be with all the dogs for 3 straight days and nights, and I'll have my own cage and everything, and kind of give a real world perspective.
Are you going to be like live? Are you going to stream it live on any type of social media?
Oh yeah, we'll be on Facebook, Facebook Live. I probably will do a little bit of Instagram. The shelter I chose has about 100 dogs, maybe about 60 to 80 cats. But I will be in between two pretty large dogs.
Is the if you don't mind me interrupting,
Go
for it.
Is the this is Lane Steele from World Wide Panic, by the way.
I know.
How you doing? Is the shelter that you chose to do this event in, Chris, a no kill or kill?
Oh, it's a no kill.
Okay, yeah. Figured as much.
That's good.
Still, it sounds very intense, man. And
Yeah, because there's some sort of stigmatization that when people go to these shelters, kill or no kill, that these are unwanted pets and these are unwanted things, and that's not true at all. And these pets just need training, and the ones that have been abused, they just need to work through that trauma, just like any human or any being with emotion. And they're perfectly good pets. They're perfectly
Oh, yeah.
good humans. And they're
The one thing I am finding out that's pretty disheartening, which I will get to the bottom of it in maybe 2 stunts later, is the kind of drama between animal shelters. They're not really friendly with each other.
Oh wow,
exactly. Yeah.
that's sad.
It's like a high school game when I hear some of these, because I picked a shelter and I had 2 or 3 other shelters that were telling me how bad the shelter was, meaning like the people. I'm like, listen, I met the people a few times. They're fine. Get over it.
Right.
Yes.
It's like competition.
Yes.
Like
that doesn't be a competition, man. Y'all supposed to be helping.
Helping,
y'all
yeah.
helping animals.
Exactly.
And that's the thing. You're in a non-for-profit. Most of those are non-for-profit, and they're no kill shelters, and
Right.
they're just trying to get that piece of press. But if it gets the message out, it doesn't matter who gets it. It's just the fact of what you're doing and the message is getting out there, brother. That's great.
Yeah, that's really good that you're doing this.
Yeah.
And how much are you trying to raise? What's your goal?
For this one, I love for a couple shelters that I'm benefiting. I'd love to be able to raise at least 20 or 25,000 on this one.
Okay.
It gets a little harder with each one. But one of the things that I know that it's going to take me a while is to get the backing of people, like to understand, like I'm coming back probably every couple of weeks doing something a little bit nuttier each time. I am trying to get the likes of the attention of the Ellens of the world and stuff like that, because I do want Jordan's Way to be like almost like the Make-A-Wish Foundation equivalent, but for pets.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, because pets are somebody's children.
Exactly.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Totally.
Having been a pet owner most of my life, I've had everything from cats and dogs to ferrets and, rodents and, anything you can think of. And
Right.
I just can't imagine people not wanting to help animals or I just don't get the whole thing of competing thing. Like, that's just dumb. Like, we should, it's like, like the music industry or the industry in general, like we should be helping each other. Like, I'm just saying, in sense, there's,
this situation, there's a situation where maybe there can be harmony one day or something.
Yeah.
The music situation and everybody helping each other out. That's another topic.
Oh yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
That's a
beyond
land to make believe type thing.
That's an ongoing
I
thing.
can still wish for it though, can't I?
Yeah.
Yes.
You can still do
I mean,
it.
maybe it won't happen, but I can be like that
Chris is out
though.
here
I
trying
try
to
to
save
help.
lives, and that's
Exactly,
great, you know what I mean?
and I'm glad that you're doing that.
Yeah.
I'm glad that that's a good thing that you're trying to help save these pets, get them some exposure, get them maybe into into a house, into a household with some people. That's
So Chris, what was your motivation to do this?
his dog.
I actually, Jordan passed away in October, and she came from this environment, but she was one of those dogs that you see on Facebook that I wish they would stop doing. But when they put on Facebook with like the rib cage hanging out,
Oh my God.
she was one of those. I was hungry, and when I never understood the animal shelter life until I met her. She was such a good dog. She was there for 3 years in animal shelter, and as the years went on, I started to get more educated in like how they're run, and like some of them literally, I don't know how they wake up every morning being completely like funded by donations and worrying about like if they're going to be able to feed the animals that day or the next day. I always said it takes a special person to run one of those things, but the whole face of animal shelters has to be kind of refaced or give like a facelift, because they don't have a good reputation in terms of people.
Right.
Well, maybe through this broadcast we can get more word out there, and maybe more people can go and fund this cause. This is the Jordan's Way charities. You said Jordan's Way.
Jordan's Way
Yes.
Charity.
Jordan's Way.
Jordan's Way Charity.
Okay. So everybody out there who's listening to this, all over the United States, you can give to this charity, Jordan's Way Charities. It's for pets to get food that they need and services and supplies.
Yeah.
To help these shelters be able to take care of these animals.
Yeah. Well, if there's any way that we could do it, we're in a band called Worldwide Panic. We're going on tour in September. Chris, if there's any way that we could arrange for one of these shows for a portion of the benefit to go to your charity, let's get in contact after the show and see if there's any way that we can help, brother. We'll try to do our part.
Awesome. Thank you so
Damn.
much.
That's
Absolutely.
cool.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you. It's Worldwide Panic.
There you go.
They're in studio with us right now.
Yes.
Hi,
Yes, sir.
everybody.
They're about to do an East Coast tour. In fact,
EC.
and
Yes,
because you're doing a lot of this in New York and other
Mhm.
places, like
Yes, sir.
Philly, Buffalo.
that's good. You could
greater Midwest.
collaborate.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. And so you're doing your next stunt this Saturday, you said?
Yep, it starts this Saturday, and I will
Okay.
be in the cage until Tuesday.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. And what's the shelter? Can you just say the name of the shelter? Like, where are you gonna be
Yeah.
doing this?
It's actually called Your Humane Society, SPCA.
Okay. All right. And where is that located? Is that in New York as well?
No, this is actually Sumter County in Florida.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. All right. And so your goal is we're trying to raise 20 or 25,000 if possible. I mean, more
Yeah,
would be
that's what we're-
great. You know what I
we're-
mean? More would be great. If we can raise more. So anybody out there watching
Absolutely.
this video or listening to this broadcast right now, please try to help the Jordan's Way charities out to raise as much money as we possibly can.
Yep, I appreciate that.
And do you have a partnership with any food companies or any kind of like pet stores or anything that you're working with on this?
Oh yes, not with this one, but we have partnerships that we do food drives every month with Pet Supermarket. We also any food that we donate in large amounts is usually after we raise a certain amount of money. But we partner with Purina, and they give us an amazing discount when it comes to because I've done a few deliveries to shelters across the country that were like a year's worth of food. If you saw one of my runs to Arkansas, we just delivered like 600 bags of food to an animal shelter
that's
that was
awesome.
about to close their doors.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Um,
wonderful.
That's
but-
cool, man.
But so yeah, I mean, we have a great relationship with those, and we're actually just forming a partnership now because they're local with Chewy.com,
Okay, awesome.
which is really nice. But
That-
for this
yeah.
one, we literally just partnered with the shelters.
Okay. That's really good, though, that you're doing this. And we want to thank you so much for being on the show today. Thank you so much for doing what
thank you
you're
so-
doing for these animals
Yeah, man.
and for these shelters. We applaud you for that.
Yes.
Yeah, big time.
Good karma,
know?
man. Good karma coming your way.
Exactly. You're a hero to the pet population.
Yeah.
So thank you
appreciate
so
that.
much.
Thank you.
We're fans
And
of yours.
we will definitely be sharing your information, sharing your story.
Yes.
We will, try to reach out to some other companies, maybe try to get some more funding for you, something, maybe we can reach out to different, pet companies, something to maybe get more word out for you. And also to share your video when you start this Saturday until Tuesday for your next stunt to raise money and awareness. So is it going to be
Absolutely.
on your personal page, Chris Rotunda?
Personal page. It'll be on also Jordan's Way, which is our Facebook page as well.
Okay.
I'll have multiple devices out there. So
All right, and that's Chris. That's
I'll
KRIS for everybody out there. ROTONDA. So go check it out.
Yeah.
And check out his video. So he'll be starting this Saturday. What time?
I will be, as they call, surrendered at 2:00.
To surrender.
2 p.m. So okay, all right. So that's 2 p.m. their time, 11 a.m.
AM.
Our time here on the East Coast. I'm sorry, West Coast. I'm from the East Coast. I keep wanting to say East Coast. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chris, for calling in today. Thank you so much for help. We'll try to get the word out more about this. And good luck on Saturday
Yeah.
with your surrender.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it, guys. Thank
You're
you for
welcome,
calling.
and I hope you raise a lot of money.
Hey,
Yes.
I do too. Thank you.
And I'll share your contact information with Worldwide Panic.
I'm
Awesome.
looking forward to it.
Sweet. All right. Speaking of that, well, that was so quick. We had to jump into that. Anyway, this
Yeah.
is Jennifer DeVoe. This is James Muse, and we're Jenny and the Muse.
What's up?
Hey,
Here
hey,
on
how you doing?
Jenny's Real Talk on the Block, LA Talk Radio, Channel 1, iHeartRadio. We're also syndicated on. Wait, you probably have the list quicker than I do, and I'll let you say it if you'd like to.
Soon as I find it, y'all.
Okay, because I sent it to you earlier, and you might be able to pull it up
Is it
faster than
on-
me.
Did you send it on my? Where'd you send it at?
Oh Lord. Anyway, it's
It's somewhere handy. One of these
iHeartRadio.
files.
We're on a bunch of stuff now. It's crazy.
Alexis,
we're on
SoundCloud, Sonos. That's the shit I remember from back in the day.
He's remembering a couple, right? I have to memorize a whole new list because I've got. I
New sites
just
every day.
I had like this whole thing that I had memorized,
Memorized, yep.
and yeah, so now it's like all crazy. I'm like, oh damn it, I got all these damn things now I gotta remember. It's a pain in the hiney. Where the hell?
Your Heine's in pain?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sure, that's what it is. Anyway, we're here in the studio today with a really amazing band. That
We are on iHeartRadio,
He found it.
Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spreaker, SoundCloud, Sonos, Google Podcast, Amazon Alexa, TuneIn, Stitcher, Radio Line, and Spotify.
Very nice.
And
Everything.
and I forgot Blog Talk Radio. There we go.
Blog Talk.
Radio.
We're on goddamn everything.
If you got any type of social media understanding, we are there.
There you go. You got it.
Yeah,
go.
we're everywhere. But we discovered Worldwide Panic. I believe. What was that? A recent? I think it was a concert I saw you guys at one point. But you might have reached out to me too. Wait, Lord, I find so many bands, so many places. I just
We don't
gotta
do a
think
lot of
about that.
local stuff.
Yeah, we're not
You've been
in
really
LA a whole
helping us
lot.
out
so.
getting in the local scene, and
Well,
and so,
that's
and
what I'm
so
here
has,
for.
Appreciate
and
that.
so has you know, our brother Scum from day one.
Ah, Scum
Scum
Love.
Love.
Shout out Scum
Love
Love.
Scum Love.
Love you,
Speaking of,
Scummy.
And,
hell yeah. Just saw
you
him
know,
Friday night.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
get to say hi because he ran off too quick. I was like, God damn it.
He's like everywhere and
He's
nowhere all
everywhere.
at once.
Yeah.
He's
I saw him.
like
I saw him over to the side. We were at the orgy show on
Oh,
Friday
yeah,
night
yeah,
at
yeah.
the Whiskey, and I saw. I think it was actually Scum Love's production. I think it was one of his shows
probably one of
because
his
he's
nights. Yeah.
personal friends
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah,
Orgy
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff. So.
yeah.
So and then he got up on stage and he was jamming out with them, at the end. There's like when they do Blue Monday, they're all like jamming out on stage and shit. Everybody's all jamming out. It was a great time,
Cool.
It was a blast.
Sweet.
Had a
Right
lot of fun,
on.
always.
Right on.
And I know you guys, I believe you've played with them before, or you know.
Orgy?
I know you know them.
No.
Or you know Jay at
we
least.
know Jay.
You know Jay,
We
yeah,
know
yeah.
Jay.
We met
and,
Jay.
we're friends with Jay. And
Yeah,
we
yeah.
love him. And
What's up, Jay?
he's a great guy. And,
What's
Yeah,
up?
what's up,
Very
Jay?
talented.
I got to-
intelligent
I got to-
vocal
I got to
producer
see
and
him.
vocalist himself.
I was very happy. I got to see him at the very end
There you go.
because I was like, oh damn it, I didn't get a chance to get a picture with him. Speaking of that, I'll be posting those today. I got a bunch of pictures with all the guys.
There you go.
Nice.
That was
All
awesome,
right.
including Dad, Lou Gordon.
Lou Gordon.
We love you, Lou.
Yeah.
Love you. I love that man.
But yeah, no, I mean, as I was saying, it's not a disrespect thing to Los Angeles. Like we're just trying to,
I know you
we're-
tour a lot.
we tour a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, with a lot of some
And
pretty big
we're-
names
we're
too. so.
We're finding our footing doing that better than, in my younger years. I definitely have been around in LA for a while
Mhm.
now. There was a time when I aspired to be, the biggest band in LA with whatever band I was in, or
Like
and
everybody
then
does.
there was,
Yeah.
and then you're on Reverb Nation at that time, and you're the
MySpace,
big
Yeah.
version of that.
MySpace music,
Whatever.
Yeah.
And you know what? I just found when we started this really last year that I was just like, you know what? That if I could say anything, because when we're on the road, sometimes people approach us and ask us, advice about starting bands and
Mhm,
stuff.
Right.
And instead of being cynical and saying, oh, learn carpentry, you know. But you know, I say just whatever you do with yourself or a group, just make your goals extremely clear,
Right.
and then you should be fine. So our goals when we got this thing together was I said, look, I'm not into this rat race with this measuring contest with these other guys
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
LA.
the whole bullshit,
you
dick
know,
measuring
and
bullshit.
I'm just
Yeah.
kind of into doing what I'm doing, and doing it in a way. We played 3 shows. Our third show, it was a Scum Love show. That show specific, and
Was it one of the ones he does at the Skinnies? Or
Yep,
yeah.
Skinny's Lounge. No
and
harm.
then
Skinny's Lounge. What's up?
my friend saw the live thing from that Chris Vols, the lead singer from Flaw, and I want to shout out.
Yeah,
to,
yeah. I know who that is.
My brothers in Flaw.
What's
Wow,
up,
that new
Flaw?
record is
Love you guys,
amazing.
yeah.
Go pick it up, everybody.
What's up,
We
Flaw?
love you guys. We'll see you in September. We're gonna hang
Are
out.
you
with y'all.
flawed? No.
And he's like, you know, I saw this thing, and he, you know, right there, we played 3 shows, and we didn't even know the quite status of, you know, where we wanted to take it. We knew that we didn't want to be a local band. We knew that we wanted to tour.
We were just
But,
testing
Which is
out. We were
good.
testing the whole thing out, basically.
Played the 3rd show, and then got offered a huge national tour with
Friggin'.
Flaw and Smile Empty Soul.
Yeah.
And we played
That's badass.
gigantic theaters
I
and
saw
sold
that
out
Smile
places.
Empty had goddamn friggin' like 100 and something thousand damn likes or something on Facebook. I was like, oh,
Well, you have to
okay,
understand.
what's up?
You have to understand that Sean Danielson. And
I mean, I
don't
heard
want to
of
get
him.
into a tangent about Smile.
No,
Empty Soul,
I know.
But I will, because Sean Danielson is an amazing human being. He was a gentleman to tour with.
That's
Super
cool.
nice guy.
We
That's
love
nice.
him and all his band very dearly.
That's good.
He's literally
High
one of
fives.
the most underrated songwriters of all time. I would advise anybody to go check out his solo project, Smile and Be Sold. This guy, as a songwriter, pound for pound, can be up there with the greats. But you know, the thing about it is he's got morals, and he's not into this, you know, gallivanting around and putting on a face, and he's got his fans, and he's got his thing, and that's it, and he sticks to his guns, and bless him for it. But yeah, Smile and Be Sold was fantastic, and then Flaw was fantastic, absolutely. And that's where we made our base. That's where we came out. We came out swinging.
Right.
We played 3 shows, getting offered a
let's
tour.
go.
People are like, man,
That's
what the
pretty-
fuck?
that's pretty
Man,
big.
this is
Right,
all this
right,
That's
shit.
pretty big, especially a bigger tour.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we came out swinging, which is great.
Right.
Immediately following that, we went to Arizona and did some recording, and then we did an acoustic mini tour,
Nice.
and then right after that, like clockwork, we got offered a month and a half run
With
with Mushroom Head.
Yeah, I saw that on your when you sent me that. I was like,
Mushroom
frick yeah.
Head, Hell's a Poppin', Ventana,
Yeah.
and World Went Panic. And
Hell yeah.
that was a great tour.
It was
That
a
was
banger of a set.
Fuck
It
yeah,
was
Mushroom Head badass.
Yeah, it was called the Madison
Not
Mayhem Tour, and
Yep.
it was very adequately named because
Definitely.
everything was Hell's a Popping is a circus sideshow.
Yeah, yeah.
So they had sword
I know. I've
followers
seen
and-
them
yeah,
on
yeah.
on Facebook. I checked them
yeah.
out recently.
So
Shout out
every
to that
single band, every single act of that tour package was like a shock rock or a theatrical type.
That's
thing.
badass. So after you told me about them the other day, I was
Yeah.
checking them out, and I was like,
Oh,
"Holy
really?
crap!" I was like,
Yeah.
"These."
Hell's a Popping.
Yeah.
was
After you
poppin'.
told me about them the other night, I was like, "Oh, I gotta go
Amazing.
check
Yeah,
this out." And I was
check
like,
it
out.
"Whoa,
Amazing
okay." I was
Cool.
like, "This is
Sorts
pretty
of-
badass."
Yeah. So
That's good.
It was a fantastic tour.
Nice.
We really, you know, utilized everything that we learned from the first tour, brought it in fresh, tried out new material.
Nice.
Really, you know, and it's great. So this would be, including the mini tour, this would be our 4th, but our 3rd
Like
larger
national one,
outing
yeah.
Nice.
is
Yeah.
where we're going
We did
out
like a
with
small regional thing.
Convalescence and headlining, and then
Oh,
we're
nice.
direct support, and then
Sweet.
Casket Robbery, which is an amazing
I've heard of them
like,
also.
Yeah.
death thrash
Yeah.
Like groove
band,
metal.
I saw them on Facebook before.
female fronted by
Nice.
our lovely friend Megan.
Megan
Um,
Hammer,
Nice.
And you know, shout out to everybody in the Convalescence, Keith Wampler.
Keith, legend. What's up,
Um,
guys?
So, but yeah, this is the tour for the Convalescence, you know, album, and we're supporting that. And
Sweet.
you know, our album's in the can. We're we're in talks with some labels right now and some
Nice.
stuff to figure that out.
Frig yeah.
And if it doesn't flesh out, which is fine,
That's completely different.
is fine, then we'll
You're on the air with Jenny, JJ,
Hello.
and
Hello?
Worldwide
Oh, I
Panic.
know
Hi,
this.
Hello.
who are we speaking with?
This is Grammy. This is Lane's grandmother.
Oh, Lane
I wouldn't miss this. I wouldn't miss
Steele's
this for anything.
All
Right.
right.
Well, hello, Lane Steele's
All right.
grandmother. Hello. We like grandparents.
Yeah.
Hi, Grammy.
I was raised by my grandma. Hell yeah. Woo, what's up?
All right.
Hi, Grammy.
Where are you calling from, Grandma?
Well, I'm calling from North Carolina.
Ah.
Nice. We love the East Coast.
However, if I were in Europe, I'd be calling from Europe.
Would you, wait. Would be in Europe or in North Carolina?
No, it's just to make my phone call to my grandson.
I love
right.
it. Well, thank you so much for
And
calling.
my special grandson.
Yes, I know.
Oh.
Very special. No, we have a very special relationship.
That's
and,
awesome.
And she was, I mean, my Grammy raised me, and I'm very
Oh.
fortunate about that. Yeah. My parents would go party on the weekend. You know what I mean?
I'm a
Like, they
Nana's
go-
girl. I'm a Nana's
They
girl
go
myself.
do their, they go do their thing,
Oh,
and
yeah.
she lived like real close to where
Nice.
I grew up in Washington.
awesome.
So they would dump me at her pad, and they go party for 2 days, or like she comes stay at my place.
Taylor's oldest time.
Yeah, and
That's
then
awesome.
she would sleep on the bunk beds with me. She'd get in like tents and stuff. We would
That's
watch
awesome.
like horror movies and stuff.
That's awesome.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's a
she
that's
was
a great
rad.
that's a great grandmother right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
man.
bad. My parents had I'm telling one of my favorite stories. My parents, grew up very fortunate, and I was very blessed, and for some reason my parents wouldn't buy me this Nintendo 64. And they wouldn't buy me this I can't curse.
No way, no way, no way.
I was gonna say effing, but my grandma's on the phone.
Yeah,
so.
don't do that.
But I mean, they
Well, it was
wouldn't. They wouldn't buy.
It was my birthday, so I could do whatever I wanted. So
Right.
on my birthday, I bought it for him.
That's
Yay!
right.
There you
You know
go.
what I'm saying?
What a good grandmother.
So I was,
What a good grandmother.
I won't take up your time, guys. I know you guys are busy and having fun, and I'm happy for all of you. And good luck to you guys in the future.
Thank
And
you
thanks
so
for
much.
today. That was fun.
Before you
Thank
before
you.
you get off the phone, hold on. I want to just tell everybody that when we were on tour with Mushroomhead, we played in South Carolina,
Spartanburg, yeah.
Spartanburg.
Okay.
I made these guys detour. We detoured. We were in a Walmart parking lot. These guys, we drove like 12 hours straight. I was like, listen, my grandma's, in North Carolina. You know what I mean? Like we have to make this happen. Like we made all these machinations, and it wasn't it lovely? Wasn't it lovely, Grammy? We got to spend a few hours together when I was on tour.
It was wonderful because I happened to be ill at the time,
Yeah, I didn't
and
wanna
when
say
you
that part,
came, you made me better.
Oh,
Aww.
You made me better. He really did. I knew he was coming. I thought, okay, Lane's coming. I'll be fine.
Nice.
Nice.
And I was.
That's
Dude.
awesome.
I wanted her to call it. I thought it was cool. Thank you, Grammy.
That
I
is a
love you so
cool
much.
thing right there. I
Yeah.
love it. Well, thank you so
okay,
much.
great, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, Grammy.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye, dear.
Oh,
That's
that's
so
nice.
awesome.
That's nice.
I was raised by my Nana. I'm from the East Coast too. I was raised by my mother's mother after my mom passed. So my Nana and Papa
Yeah.
raised me. So I know what it's I know
I got it.
exactly.
Yeah.
I know what the value of being raised by grandparents is like. So
Yeah, totally.
see, I got your respect level just went up in my eyes.
Hell yeah.
I already had respect for you, but now it was here and now it's up
Oh,
here.
thanks.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean? But
Hey,
my
a guy
Grammy-
raised by a guy
I
who
do
has a
what she
good
tells-
relationship like
Y'all
that.
didn't even. I'm
I
sorry.
do whatever she tells
for
me.
You know,
Whatever she tells
we
me, I
got
do.
going on so fast. Y'all didn't even introduce yourself.
I know
man.
that
What
I
do
was
you-
trying
Yeah,
to say.
yeah, it was
I was
kind of,
before she called. I was gonna
unconventional
say,
show.
why don't you
Like,
intro
yeah.
yourself?
It's
The Georges.
Okay,
no.
go ahead. Bubba.
What's up? What's up, everybody? This is George Gutierrez, rhythm, guitar, and vocals for Worldwide Panic, and joining me is
And my heart and soul and my heterosexual life mate, right? Right?
Wiz
Right.
Kid.
Forget about that. And then
Lane
no,
Steele.
I'm Lane Steele.
And the missing
Man who wears many hats, but but
Bass vocals,
the lead vocalist
visionary.
and songwriter, producer, vocalist of the band Worldwide Panic.
All right.
Awesome. And the missing George.
The
He's
missing
at work
George.
right now.
What's his name? George.
George
George
Michael
Patness.
Patness. Yes, I threw the
George
Michael in.
Michael.
It would've been
Yes, I
awesome
threw the
if you had
Michael in
George
there.
Michael.
It would have been funny if you
When I
said
get
George
cross with
Michaels.
When I get cross with them, I'm like, George Michael. George Michael.
Oh god! I think I told our contact at Coffin. I was like, yeah, put George Michael on his pass for Nam.
Yeah.
Ah.
Hell yeah!
Now, if we'd added an S, it would have been even funnier. George Michaels.
Yeah, there
But we
go.
love him to death. He's our brother.
He's a
but,
good
you know,
dude. He was a
he's,
good dude.
He's training the next
He
generation right
plays
now.
jazz. I
Yeah.
thought that was pretty cool. Him and I got into a conversation about that
Oh, I'm
the
sorry
other
you had to
night.
get in the conversation.
No, because I'm not really a jazz
love him, you
person,
know,
but I
but-
just thought it was interesting that he plays jazz considering he's in a metal band. I just thought that was pretty cool. I mean, that's very different.
Yeah, it is.
That's very you
That
don't
would be
see
a-
that you don't
That
see
would
that all
be
the
very
time.
interesting combination to even try.
Yeah, but he says he always comes right
Well,
back
we
to metal because
actually went
that's his
back-
love.
Well, we went
But jazz.
to at separate times. Him and I are 10 years apart. I actually don't want to say, but we went to the same alma mater. We went to Musicians Institute. For anybody who doesn't know, Musicians Institute is based in Hollywood, California. There's one in Japan. There's others, that are happening right
Rock and
now.
Roll High School.
It's a multi-million
Yeah.
dollar company, and it's right up there with Berklee School of Music and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Him and I were
It's
talking
a
about
College
that.
of Contemporary Music,
Yeah.
and him and I are both.
I'm in the process of possibly
everybody
applying.
at MI,
Oh yeah.
I still love you guys. Hi,
There you go.
but yes,
I'm gonna go take a tour and meet with an admissions advisor on Saturday with
yeah?
Musicians Institute.
What discipline?
fun.
are you
I'm looking
thinking?
into entertainment management.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
definitely.
already I already manage bands and artists and stuff
Mhm.
anyway.
Mhm.
Like Freaks. I have like anything you can think of. I'm already managing
there you go.
somebody.
yeah, you told me. the other day,
Yeah.
it's fantastic.
I have a band in Poland. I have a band in Santiago, Chile.
Nice.
I'm bringing them on tour over here.
Don't want to cut in, but a quick plug for MI. You guys,
Yes,
you
they're
guys own
they're
it.
they're a good school.
They're
a really good school.
If you want to, if you're a person
Holly
who
Weird.
has a job or a career and you can't, dedicate, to go to 6 months, a year, 2 years, 4 years, whatever. There's also this thing that they offer in summer called Summer Shot,
Oh,
where
yeah.
you
Oh,
can
okay.
where you can do like business courses and get like a crash course basically. And
I saw they had some
so you fuckers
certificates
owe
and
me.
some
I'm
other
done
stuff.
talking about MI, but you fuckers.
No,
you
but
better put us
MI,
on that
you know,
goddamn live house show. You
I've heard they're a really
motherfuckers.
good school, and a lot of the bands we deal
We
with
love you
have
guys,
gone there.
thank you.
So
And
But,
I wouldn't be the person I am today if I wasn't an MI graduate.
Oh, yeah.
It sharpened my teeth.
yeah,
I was a horrible.
the other George said he is too.
yeah. I'll tell you.
Wait,
I'll
wait,
tell
you too?
No,
No.
I went to the University of Texas at San Antonio, a 4-year accredited institution in the city of San Antonio, Texas.
Oh,
All
rock
right.
on.
Yeah.
Go Runners, bro. Birds up.
Rock on.
And
Nice,
a
very
quick
nice.
wrap up of MI, and that's all I'll say about it was when I got to MI. Even after I had multiple music teachers and multiple vocal coaches,
Mhm.
I at that time was I'm not a good vocalist. I did not have breath control. I did not know what I was doing.
Mhm.
I practiced my butt off,
Mhm.
and I had so many different teachers, and everything like that. And MI it gave me the tools that I needed to become the man I am today, because I lived a block away.
Right.
And if I needed to stay, and I basically like 4 or 5 days out of the week, I would go practice my vocals until 6 in the morning.
What were you over on Cherokee?
Yeah,
Cherokee burrito.
How did I guess?
practice at 6 in the morning.
Said
The sun will come up. I'll go home, sleep for 3 hours. Class starts at 9. Do it all over
There
again.
you go.
And I would sleep for 3 hours. But years of doing that kind of thing, that method,
Discipline.
molded me to the person I am today. And that's all I'll say. So God,
That's
God
awesome.
bless, MI and everybody.
No, but
Moving
that's
on-
good
moving on
though.
from MI.
Yeah, that's good though. That's good though that you went to a school that helped shape you.
Now I'm a above average singer.
I
It's all about
enjoyed
how you sell it.
I enjoyed the listening party the other night though.
We had a
I
listening
thought it was very
party.
successful.
I
at
did
the,
too.
Yeah.
At the Rainbow, yeah. Last week was a pretty busy week. This last week's been pretty busy for
I mean,
us.
For all the we don't know, we had a listening party at the Rainbow
Bar and Grill. Shout out
Yep.
Nick Fuoco.
Yeah.
Yes.
Metal Mayhem Mondays and Tuesdays.
and
the girls.
and they were generous enough to let us have like a time block to where we played our.
I got you like an hour and a
EP.
half. That was badass.
Yeah,
I managed
And
to
we had,
carve a good amount of time out for you.
and
Forget.
we had
that was awesome.
we had a DJ,
DJ
Felicity
Will.
Feline.
Yeah, she was good. I like her.
Yeah.
Felicity.
And her
Felicity,
friend
yeah.
Joey Rio,
Joey.
they did a little
They
trio
really
thing.
good. They
And it
were
was
good.
cool.
I liked
so
it.
was like
People
you know
were dancing,
they played the
including
album
me.
and then then they did the DJ thing and then it
Yeah.
broke up the monotony of it's just about everything about Worldwide Panic
Yeah.
and it was a party. We had a party.
Dude,
People were dancing.
I was
and then the next thing
dancing.
you
A
know,
bunch
we
of other
played the
people were
album,
dancing. We had fun. He was dancing. We were having a great time.
and then there was things that people were dancing, and then
Oh,
the next thing you know,
yeah.
you're playing the album, and then everybody in the Rainbow is singing, our Alanis Morissette cover.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, that
Yeah.
part-
So
that
they're
part
singing,
was
they're singing
popping.
It was
along to something
badass.
they've
It
never
was
even heard
on.
before. I
It
mean,
was
they heard
on.
it before, but they never heard it before. You know what I mean?
Not that
But-
version, but
yeah.
still, it's the same song.
Yeah,
it's
they
just
do- they
you
do
put
always
a
up,
good,
yeah.
you put a metal spin on it.
We had a blast.
what I
We
mean?
had our buddy Volkills show up.
Volkills.
Who's,
Shout out
who's
Volkills.
currently on American Idol. He's a friend of ours. He
Yeah.
showed up that
Nice.
Yeah.
night. My friend of mine, I haven't seen in many years. I saw him for the first time. Exhibit showed up
Yep.
for a short period of time.
That was crazy.
Exhibit. Yeah.
Shout out to X.
Eddie Trunk from that metal show on VH1
Oh,
Classics
yeah.
was there.
Oh yeah.
There was it Billy Gibbons?
Gibbs, yeah.
Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top was there. And I believe Carlton Boss from Orgy was there. So
Okay, yeah.
rock on.
That
It
was-
was a star-studded night. They had
That
all
was-
kinds of
People
people were up in
walking
that rainbow.
walking out, and
Woo,
the
woo.
music's playing and everything's
Yeah.
happening, and people just kept hearing the name Worldwide Panic, and it was fun. You know what?
Shout out to the other two
We
bands
had
that
so much
played.
fun.
Shout out to the
Yeah.
other two bands that played
Sylvester
along with
Cabaret and Fallen Fury.
yes.
Yeah, they were both
Shout
really
out.
good.
Both
Yeah,
amazing
absolutely.
bands.
Yeah, I was thoroughly entertained.
Hell yeah. It was a great night. Let's see. Last Thursday at the 5-Star Bar, we also had Vitamin XP,
Yes.
Band of Family, Worldwide Panic
Yeah.
played.
Those guys were
That was an
better.
actual
Shout out to
performance for them for Worldwide Panic that night when they played.
yeah.
And then Lust and Lies played after them. That's a female-fronted band. They do some covers and some originals.
She had
But
a-
I thought it was great.
She had an amazing voice.
She had a really good voice.
Yes.
Yes. Very, very nice young lady also.
Yeah.
I said I would actually hire them for some of my I'm looking at, booking bands for like, corporate events, birthday
Yes.
parties,
Oh, yeah.
anniversaries,
Definitely,
weddings, and receptions, that
Totally.
kind of
That's
stuff. And I need
definitely-
bands that can do covers.
Well, I'm
There you
I'm in a
You know what I'm saying?
Rammstein cover band if you ever need that. You know what I mean?
Rammstein, yeah.
I always need
That's
Rammstein
not I
stuff.
shouldn't have said that. That's an official.
Oh, speaking of that, yeah, we got to.
redacted.
We'll,
bleep.
we'll talk about
Edit
that
point.
after the broadcast. We'll talk about that after the broadcast.
Okay.
We wanted
Hey,
to
we
book.
play some songs. Play
Yeah.
some songs.
So which song do we want to play first?
Which is your favorite?
Well, I don't want to just go out the gate on You Ought to Know, so let's try one of the other ones first.
Okay.
Let's see. Never Go was really good, but Party was too. Let's go Never Go and then Party, and then we'll do You Ought to Know.
Whatever you want
That's
to
cool.
do.
All right.
Like, I'm cool with that.
All right, let's do this because I like the little selection here. All right, so this is gonna be Never Go Back.
Never go back.
Never Go Back by Worldwide Panic, and then we're gonna have Party, and then you.
upcoming EP, the You and Me.
Yeah. Yes. You announce it.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, get ready. This is their new, about to be released EP.
Yes. This is one of the singles called Never Go Back.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
All right. Jenny's Real Talk of the Block, LA Talk Radio, Channel 1, and iHeartRadio. Enjoy.
my life off of permanent rewind. Swallow a bullet, drink myself to death. Our luxuries, right on Jesus.
Hey, this is Carlton from the band Orgy, and you're listening to Jenny's Real Talk on the Block on LA Talk Radio, Channel 1, and iHeartRadio.
Hey, this is Jay Gordon from Orgy. You're listening to Jenny's Real Talk on the Block on LA Talk Radio, Channel 1, and iHeartRadio.
In an age of disappointment and desperate for a hero comes the world's worst band with only one good song, unyielding in their fight to suck. Have no fear, Green Jello is here! Friday, August 30th at Sage Venue and Lounge,
6511 Greenleaf Avenue, Whittier, California.
Youngblood Productions presents Jello Fest
333,
starring Green Jello
and the Punk Rock Puppet Show.
The Mendenhall Experiment, Potty Mouth. Also featuring Dragon Shepherd,
Detour,
Mortis featuring the Mortis Doll Dancers,
Way Too Stone,
Count Vine,
Hollywood Nightmare,
with the Dangerous D Extreme Shock Sideshow. Get your tickets at AcropolisTickets.com. $20 in advance, $25 at the door.
You don't want to miss
Jello Fest 333. Brought to you by Youngblood Productions.
Get ready to party, bitches. Worldwide panic.
impenetrable darkness. I can't stand this sound of myself anymore.
This is You Oughta Know, Worldwide Panic's cover of the Alanis Morissette song. Enjoy, because you oughta know who Worldwide Panic is. Jenny's Real Talk on the Block.
Enough for you to be open wide. No. And every time you speak his name, does he know that you told me you hold me until you die? But you're still alive. And down here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know. You seem very well. Things look peaceful. I'm not quite as well. I thought you should know. Did you forget about me, Mrs. Duplicity? I hate to bug you in the middle of dinner. It was a slap in my face, how quickly I was replaced. And are you thinking about me when you fuck him? And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know. Joke that was made in the bed that was laid, I'm not gonna fade as soon as you close your eyes. And you know it. And every One time I scratched my nails down someone else's back. I hope you feel it. Well, can you feel it? And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know. And I'm here to remind you of the mess you left when you went away. It's not fair to deny me of the cross I bear that you gave to me. You ought to know.
All right. That was a threefer. We had Never Go Back, Party, and You Oughta Know, their cover of Alanis Morissette's song. And
Morissette, what?
Anus Morissette? Oh, I know.
Alanis
Anus. Oh, sorry. Anyway. We want to thank you so much, Worldwide Panic, for being on the show today. This has been amazing. Lane Steele, George Gutierrez. Did I say Gutierrez?
There you go.
I got it right. And the missing George.
Yes.
The missing George.
George
Michael.
With no S.
Want to thank you so much for being on the show today. You guys are amazing. We have one more show with them until they come back. Of course, we'll get them on some more shows when they get back from tour.
Yeah.
But our next one is going to be Sunday, August 25th at PD's Place in Tarzana.
We're
So
going
come
to be
out.
playing more shows in LA.
Yeah,
so.
we'll get you on, but I have venues up the wazoo. I can get you all kinds of places.
We don't play enough.
Plus, I can
We
get you on with
realize
some
that.
other really great promoters and
Okay.
stuff too.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we can make it happen.
But where can people find you on social media, your website, that kind of stuff?
We are everywhere on social media. You can hit up the website, www.worldwidepanic.net.
Yup,
Our
church.
Facebook,
They're a .net.
facebook.com/worldwide panic. Instagram is
Worldwide underscore panic.
There
Right.
you go. Yep,
Nice.
Yep.
Very
So,
nice.
That's the move right there.
And so you're about to go on tour after this PD's Place show. You're going to go on tour. And when does the first date of the tour? And
we're starting
I
November.
know you're doing East Coast and stuff.
We're
So,
we're leaving. We're planning to be Wheels Up from LA.
You sound like me.
I
don't know what's going on.
We got a haul. We got a haul ass from here to Toledo. So the first show is in Toledo, Ohio, on the 7th of September, and then we'll be playing Philadelphia the day after that, and then Brooklyn on the 9th of September.
Nice.
Buffalo,
Brooklyn.
and then Buffalo on the 10th. Westland, Michigan on the 11th of September.
Okay, thank God you're
Janesville.
playing the 11th in another state.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
gonna
that's
be
good.
in Michigan on 9/11, not New York City.
And not in New York?
Thank you,
Not in New York.
Lord. Hallelujah.
Yeah, no,
Anyway.
we mentioned we were playing in Brooklyn. We're playing
At St. Vitus.
We're playing at St.
At
Vitus.
the St. Vitus.
And it's,
Nice.
It's a Revolver magazine sponsored
Revolver
event.
magazine.
Nice, sweet.
On their,
Fuck
web.
yeah.
Streaming on the
Yeah,
social. So, you guys, what date is that?
That is on the 9th of September.
9th
September
of
9th,
September.
St.
You
Vitus
guys
Bar.
keep your eye on September 9th. Keep your eye on Revolver Magazine socials
Hell
with,
yeah.
with the live
Nice.
streaming because they're going to be streaming the show from what I'm told at St. Vitus Bar with us and the convalescents.
I'm also
Yeah.
hearing too that it's already on St. Vitus's website if I remember
Nice.
correctly, so you can find more info.
I'd hope
there
so
for
by
sure.
now. Jesus,
Yeah.
I mean, you got less than a month.
Yeah, so after that we'll be hitting Wisconsin, Janesville at the Back Bar on the 12th of September, and then
Nice.
St. Cloud, Minnesota, Lake Nebegamon, I call it Lake Necronomicon, at the Northern Wisconsin Metal Fest,
Nice.
We are,
and then Milwaukee on the 15th.
I didn't mean to
All right.
interrupt. Yeah.
Sweet.
We are on the Saturday. It is humbling when I looked at the festival flyer. I was amazed. So I wanted to get us on at least one summer festival, and
Right.
we did it in the
got
Northern
one.
Wisconsin Metal Fest, and they
Very
were
nice.
so kind to Worldwide Panic. We are the one of the top 3 billing bands for the
Very
release
nice.
date on Saturday.
Yeah.
So there's people camping and
Sweet.
doing all this stuff, and we're like the 9 o'clock band on Saturday.
Oh, yeah,
Sweet.
They're very kind to us.
They're gonna
so
be
I was
they
very
are gonna
humbled when I
be
saw that,
day
'cause there's a lot of
drunk.
bands.
Well, we want to thank you guys so much for being on the
Yes.
show. And go,
we
you guys
appreciate you.
out on the East Coast, Wisconsin, all the areas they just said, go out and check them out at all the different shows they're going to be playing.
You will
all
not be
over.
disappointed.
You will not be disappointed. Go check them out. Worldwide Panic phenomenal. Wait till you see it. And check out Petey's place on the 25th.
Check out what these dates.
August.
If there's, if it's in Wisconsin or if it's close to Illinois or something, because we have a lot of people in Illinois and Michigan.
Come on out.
See if it's close enough for you guys to come out.
Yeah.
And if it's too much of a drive for you guys, hit us up on
tons of friends
our socials, and if you have
and
a long
fans.
drive, maybe we
Sweet.
Can hook you up, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got
love
people
our
all
fans.
over the
We're
area.
very
We
close
love
to
y'all.
them.
We can't wait to
love
see
you guys
y'all.
so much.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We're going to end on a good note. Fuck yeah. Come on back next week, as I believe we have, your friend, your buddy,
Young Energy?
Energy's on next week.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him up.
All right, so Young Energy next week, and then the week after will be Katie Ashley.
All right.
All right, and we're out of here for another week. Have a good one and a safe one. Booyah.
Irreverent, entertaining, cool. You're listening to LA Talk Radio.